Hi there, Giovanni here at FrapTools, and I have more ideas for unconventional uses of FALISTRI and the USTA sequencer. Now, last time we achieved this patch here, which is kinda nice, but right now I have another idea that I want to explore. So let's remove the volt per octave input that controls this patch, and let's even remove for now the gate we used to retrig the patch. If you don't remember the details of this patch, I will link to that in the description, but also up here. To recap, I have my track 2, which is the foundation, and it is providing this very solid baseline. Last time I used a 5-time signature, but now I might switch to a more conventional 8. Like this. And something like this. And my idea right now is to keep using this FALISTRI here as an external clock for track 1, which is playing just one note, quantized to a microtonal 22 Edo raga scale, and with a very high, I'm gonna remove those for clarity, very high variation index and range. So it's generating every time a new random sequence. What I want to do right now is to bring in and out the clock. And I will do that by using a gate signal coming, let's start from track 2. I have a spare gate track that I was previously using to reset my FALISTRI, but I will now use to generate some gates, for example here and here, and remove the other one. And those gate high signals are going to force this FALISTRI to loop, and thus automating the behavior of this switch. Let's see. I'm gonna patch it here. Let's see how it sounds with the bass. I think that I will use another track to create a rhythmic pattern in sync with the bass line, which can go perhaps twice as fast. I will populate it with gates and use those gates to modulate the source parameter, for example. So that now I have a more solid foundation. And I think that it sounds pretty nice, because it is almost in sync, but not too much. So it's not too out to sound unpleasant, and but it is also not too in to sound boring. It's just the amount of deviation that I think that can grab the listener's attention. And I can also play with different gate on and gate off patterns, perhaps by taking advantage of my track 3. So for example, I can have 4 stages on, 4 stages off, 4 stages on, and 4 stages off. and use this to trig my falistri. And create some patterns. Perhaps like on an offbeat. And I might even explore different durations. Finally, I've got another idea. Since I am using this envelope, which creates this very free-form melody on top, I thought that I could rely on a different technique. So I'm gonna mute the bass and focus on my track 1. And instead of using the internal randomization, I will use a slightly longer sequence, perhaps. Something like this, for example, with my gate. I'm gonna set all the notes to the same value. And perhaps which sounds like a bird chirping. And my idea is now so that I have like a sort of a melodic element that anchors me and compensates for such a tempo difference. And then I want to use the same envelope that is controlling my amplitude here, which is the yellow. I'm gonna use the attenuated output and patch it to my CVA input. And then I want to try and see how it sounds as a pitch shift voltage. It sounds very organic, very bird-like. And for this time, I think that I can change a bit my bass line as well. And I think that we can cap it here for today. I hope you found this idea useful, and I will see you next time for more patch tips.